Tyler Jones here with you. Happy to have you with us on today's show. We are sponsored by Mint Mobile on America's largest 5G network. You can start saving today with plans starting at just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/chatsports. Today, we are previewing the matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. And this one, I think there's going to be a lot of points. I have a special guest that we will bring in just a few moments from right now. Before that, prediction time. Who do you got? The Seahawks or the Lions? Let me know. Type SEA for the Seahawks. If you're rolling with the Lions, go with DET. Let us know in the comments section. C for Seattle, DET for the Lions. Let me know who you got for this one here. We are pleased to welcome in to the program MicroMike, the host of Lions Talk by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here, of course, from Seahawks Today, and a little behind enemy lines action as MicroMike joins us right now. Mike, it is such a pleasure to have you here today, my friend. Glad that we could cross paths to do this game preview here.
Absolutely. It's really exciting to be here. We're having a Chat Sports Civil War. Detroit Lions versus Seattle Seahawks. Let the best man win. And it's cool to be behind enemy lines. Not going to lie. Something a little bit different for me. It's something a little bit enthusiastic to see what other teams and fan bases think. So let's go. Let's have some fun.
Let's start with the keys to the game for the Seattle Seahawks. And this Seahawks team comes in, I would say, Mike, pretty desperate right now with a 1-2 record. They had the emotional win against the Denver Broncos, but then in week 2 put up a very disappointing performance against the San Francisco 49ers. Last week, you take on that Atlanta Falcons team. And Seattle, I felt like in that game against Atlanta, you're taking on a team that I think has the worst roster in football. That felt like a must-win game, that a no-excuse type game, right? There was no reason for them to lose at home to that Falcons team, but they did so. And one of the things I point to that has been a theme for this Seahawks team throughout the first 3 weeks has been that they haven't really got DK Metcalf involved like they should. In these first 3 games, DK Metcalf has not had a 100-yard receiving game just yet. In the first 2 games of the year, he was held to less than 75 receiving yards combined. Had a much better outing against Atlanta, but I still think there's more to show for DK Metcalf at this point. And it's not just Geno Smith. It's the offensive scheme. Offensive coordinator Shane Waldron has to get DK Metcalf more involved as far as I'm concerned. So that's what I'm looking for the Seahawks, is to get DK Metcalf involved early in this one. Mike, how about you? What are you looking for the Lions for their first key to victory to try to get this one done?
For us, it's really simple. It's called run the football. Right now, the Detroit Lions are ranked 3 running the football. We have a very good offensive line that's very good opening up the holes. Yes, DeAndre Swift is nicked up, but he's not the only guy in the backfield. We got Jamal Williams is averaging over 4 yards a carry. We got Craig Reynolds as well, over 7 yards a carry. The Detroit Lions are a team that is balanced, but in this game, going against the Seattle Seahawks, who is prone to getting beat up in the middle by the run game, Ben Johnson, a Lions offensive coordinator, has got to focus strictly on running the football. What Jared Goff is really good at is play action. Run, a couple play action passes for a deep pass. I think that is a major key to victory for the Detroit Lions, is if they can get the running going from quarter 1 all the way to the end of the game.
Yeah, that's a great point there for the Lions. Got more keys to the game to get to in just a moment. Before we do, though, we asked you who you think is going to win this game. Now let's dig a little deeper here. Predict the score. Let us know in the comments section of today's video how this game will turn out. I've already said, and I'll reveal my pick at the end of the show, I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair. What say you? Let us know in the comments section what the score will be. Not just who will win between the Seahawks and the Detroit Lions, but what will the score be? Let us know in the comments section below. Today's show is sponsored by Mint Mobile, and Mint Mobile is offering plans for just $15 a month with unlimited talk and phone calls, and you can be on America's largest 5G network as well. And what's really cool about Mint Mobile is that whether you are in a place that's got 5G or 4G, whatever it may be, you're going to have the best cell phone coverage possible wherever you're at. You don't have to worry about turning on airplane mode to try to get your phone just to work properly. Mint Mobile has got you covered, and even your mom is going to ask you to stop calling so much with as much as you're going to save with Mint Mobile. Look, times are tough. Everybody's trying to find every penny they can save right now. Mint Mobile is offering great plans for you. Go ahead and sign up now, whether you're a Seahawks fan or a Lions fan. They got you covered either way at mintmobile.com/chatsports. Start saving today. The next key that I look at for the Seattle Seahawks, MicroMike, is creating turnovers. When you look at this Seattle Seahawks team right now, through 3 weeks, they only have one interception that this defense has made at this point. Tariq Woolen, one of the starting rookie corners from Seattle, had an interception last week against Atlanta, and that was the first time that they've had an interception through these first 3 weeks. And you know, I look at Jared Goff, and this is a guy that I think that the Seahawks could wreak some havoc and cause some issues with. If they can get him under duress, get him under pressure, and force some turnovers there, that would go a long way. If they can win that turnover battle and create those turnovers, in particular, with knowing that the Lions are going to put up points, if you could take back a possession or two, get it out of the Lions' hands, and turn that into points, in particular with your young secondary, to me, that would go a long way. The Seahawks really need to create turnovers. Mike, how about you? What's next?
We need to get TJ Hockenson, our all-great tight end, involved in this offense. He has not been particularly well so far this season. We have a ton of weapons offensively. Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Chark, Josh Reynolds, DeAndre Swift at running back. But we have a great tight end who right now doesn't even have 90 yards receiving. And right now, with Amon-Ra St. Brown ailing from an ankle injury, the Lions need to give the football to this big guy who can make plays in the middle of the defense and make big catches in the red zone. Also, they need to get wide receiver DJ Chark involved. We got this guy in free agency, 1 year, $10 million deal. His whole point coming here to Detroit was to make the defense spread and he take the deep shot with Jared Goff. Right now, that has not happened. We're hitting a lot in the middle regarding the wide receivers, but we're not taking that deep shot with Chark. If the Lions can do that with play action, we'll have a shot to continue our offensive juggernaut that's been happening so far this season.
All right, a couple more for you. Let's go back to the Seahawks now. For me, my next one when I look at this Seahawks team is making Jared Goff uncomfortable. Look, the Seahawks pass rush simply has not been there the last couple of weeks, and trying to find alternatives to make this work. Look, Jordan Brooks is fourth in the NFL in tackles right now, but whether it's Jordan Brooks or Cody Barton or the defensive line, whoever it may be, they have to get pressure on Jared Goff. They need to make him uncomfortable and get him shook up a little bit necessarily. And look, I know everybody kind of focuses on sacks and tackles for loss, but those are just a couple plays here and there. What this Seahawks team needs to do is the consistent pressure to force those bad throws, to force those mistakes to happen. That's what I'm looking for. It's beyond just sacks and tackles for loss. For me, it's the constant pressure that they need to get on Jared Goff and make him uncomfortable. MicroMike, one more for you. What do you got?
Same thing, opposite quarterback. The Detroit Lions defensive line needs to get pressure on Geno Smith. Look, our first win was against the Commanders. We had a ton of pressure on Carson Wentz. We were getting after him. He was uncomfortable. The Lions defense was looking much improved. But if you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, we could not sack Jalen Hurts. If you look at what we did to Kirk Cousins, we could not get to him. Our defensive line was cheeks regarding getting to the quarterback. And this needs to change in this game. The Lions defensive line has Aiden Hutchinson, Julian Okwara. We need to use these guys to get Geno Smith. And the offensive line of Seattle is not the greatest one that we have faced. Get pressure on Geno Smith. Or if we do not, then guess what? DK Metcalf, who you said earlier has not had a great season so far, will have a hell of a game on Sunday.
So let's ask the viewers out there right now, Seahawks fans, Lions fans, name a player who needs to have a big game, whether it's on the Lions side or the Seahawks side. MicroMike, I want you to chime in on this. Besides any of the guys that we mentioned, who comes to mind? Who do you think needs to have a big game? Who would you be writing in the comments section right now?
Right now, I would have to go with Aiden Hutchinson. Again, the pressure from our rookie. We are much better defensively. We get pressure because when we don't, we are 8 up from the floor up. We have to get pressure or this is going to be a shootout and we will lose the game.
Okay, so Aiden Hutchinson, that's a very good one. Of course, the Lions' first-round draft choice is who you're talking about there. For me, what I'm looking for, another guy that needs to step up. We haven't talked about the run game for Seattle a whole lot. And when you look at this team, Rashad Penny, Kenneth Walker, I'll give you 2 names there. Both those guys need to run the football well. And look, it's not even all just about them. We know they're talented backs, but that offensive line has to open up for both of them to play well and put them in the best position to succeed. Run the football to open up the passing game, the play-action passing game in particular, with those 2. So if you want more Seahawks coverage or Lions coverage, we have 2 spots for you to do so. You can watch me on Seahawks Today each and every day right here on the channel. Or if you're a Lions fan, you can watch my guy MicroMike here covering the Lions each and every day with the latest news and rumors on Lions Talk as well. And Mike, I mean, we do the watch parties on Seahawks Today. You guys do it on the Lions channel. I mean, it is the place to be every game day and every single day for that matter when you're talking about the Detroit Lions. Why should people subscribe to Lions Talk?
Because you want to see raw reactions to the game. And I tell you what, if you're a Lions fan, you know what I do. I get very angry when we lose, and it's hilarious. People think it's funny. So if you want to see raw, live reaction to it, hey, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. We do the live watch parties every single Sunday. In every single time the Lions play, that is 1 p.m. besides on Thanksgiving. So, hey, come join the fun. We're going to have a great time.
He has a great time. We have a great time on Seahawks Today. We'll be doing a watch party this weekend as well. You won't want to miss out on that. Subscribe to Seahawks Today or Lions Talk, either one, for continuing coverage of your Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. All right, last thing before we go, MicroMike, time for our picks. We'll start with you.
Look, I have the Detroit Lions winning this game 34-27. I just think our offense is a little more high-powered right now. It's at home. Ford Field's going to be rocking. And after a close loss to the Minnesota Vikings, they want to right the ship because if we lose this game, the season's over for Detroit. I know our defense is a little bit cheeky right now, but I think they come out ultimately with the win.
Okay, so MicroMike is going to go with the Detroit Lions 34-27. I know I'm the Seahawks guy here, but I keep it real with you. I think this is a Lions win as well. I have it closer, though, than MicroMike does. I think that the Lions win 34-31. A lot of points on display, but the Lions are just a little bit better team than I think the Seattle Seahawks are at this point in time. Could that change later in the season? Maybe so, but this Seahawks team still has a lot of steps of growth ahead of them to get to where they want to go. A very young team that is not there right now. Making some progress, but still a ways to go. I got the Lions winning 34-31. Mike, you're on Twitter talking about the Lions. Where can people follow you there?
You can find me, MicroMike85. I'm on Twitter dropping the latest news and rumors regarding our Detroit Lions. So if you like the latest, go ahead and follow me on that bad boy. That's what it's all about, getting the information out there quick and fast.
I'm also on Twitter as well, at Tyler Jones Live, talking about the Seattle Seahawks and the rest of the NFL. Give me a follow there, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us here on the show.